All right, folks. Today we're out here. It's Sunday. I believe it is the 17th or 18th of May. And we're out here working on the K20. We are attempting to install this. Hold on here. We're going to be installing this column shifter linkage kit. I don't know exactly the brand on this thing. That's the part number. I got it from LMC Truck Parts. About $50 plus shipping. So anyway, I've already disconnected the old shifter linkage from the column. Let's see if we can get the phone down in here. So yeah, right here, it goes in here, and this goes down. This is the park position all the way up. As you shift it, it goes down, and that moves this lever through the gears. So it is all sloppy, wore out, and it doesn't go into park anymore. And then, so when you start it up, it's in reverse, and then as you go down through the gears, it's off. So anyway, the reverse lights come on in neutral, and yeah. When you put it in reverse, it doesn't have reverse lights, and drive is fine, but whatever. Anyway, it works, but I want to tighten it up and make it have park again, because right now when you put it into park, it being in neutral and not in park, it doesn't stop where it's supposed to be. So I've actually been keeping this post pounder in the bed as my parking brake, so that when I park on a hill, it doesn't roll away from me. I just pulled it all the way up into park, so we should be engaged with the parking poles. Let's make sure real quick. Yep, should be good. Let's give it a push back, see if it'll roll. And yep, so it's engaging in park now. So perfect. That's what we want. Now I just have to get underneath it, remove the old linkage, and then figure out exactly how this thing goes on. There's no real instruction manual. It doesn't come with any instructions. This is it. And then on LMC's website, there's one picture that has it hooked up the way that it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and review that picture, get all these things kind of in their general area, and then, get it like assembled like it should look, hopefully, and then get underneath there, unhook that, and hopefully everything will line up. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we got this thing in here. Let's see here. All right, camera. So it's in. See it right down in there. Right down there. Yep. We'll go down there in just a second. So essentially, pretty simple. Pretty simple installation. Just had to remove the old. That took a little bit because it's so rusted. So got the old stuff out, a couple of cotter pins, and then a 9/16 nut. What was it, 9/16? Was it? Yeah, 9/16 nut down at the actual shoot. What do you call that? Like the transmission range selector lever down there. You take that 9/16 off and then pop off all of that. All this stuff right here. So the 9/16 holds this to the transmission, to that nut that comes out of there, or that stud that comes out of there. Oops, sorry. Holds this guy here. Just like that. And then this goes like this through here. Just like that. And then there's a little bracket for this spring guy on the frame, and this goes up to your column. Okay, so you pull the cotter pin out of this guy up at the column, and it just slides out of that. And then most of the reason that we got so much slop is that joint right there. Okay, and then this joint right here gets slop in it too. So anyway, you pull this cotter pin off at the top, you pull the cotter pin off of this arm down here, And then you can get him out of there and pull the spring out of the bracket to remove that. Take off your 9/16, smack that a little bit gently back and forth with a hammer to free it from the stud there. So then down underneath here, that is where the shift lever attaches to the transmission, right on that bolt there. And this is the new stuff down here, obviously. So in order to install this, what you need to do is pre-assemble your rod here by putting the smaller, the two ends up on the top there, or the shorter of the two ends, I guess. The same diameter on the inside. So the shorter one up top, a longer one on the bottom here. And then if you loosen up that Allen up on top there, you can remove this arm from this brass bushing or sleeve that holds it onto that stud, and then pre-install the brass sleeve onto the stud. Tighten the nut down here. They send two different nuts with the kit, depending on what the thread size is for your transmission. So you install this bit here, and then put this bolt with the groove, the bolt head through with the groove in the back. Okay, so put the bolt head through so that will hold the bolt head while you're trying to tighten the nut. Put that on there. Don't tighten it all down, but then you're able to slip the arm over the bushing and clock this thing correctly so that you clear right there, your frame there. Or I guess that's the cab, right up there. And then you can start snugging everything down. I started by snugging down the Allen, and then this nut here, and then the nut on top. And it works as intended. It now shifts all the way back into park when you put the lever all the way up, and it comes down into first when you put the lever all the way down. So, and everything in between is where it is supposed to be now.